Boy, where to start? It's no secret that everyone has saw what Genshin Impact has bestowed upon us and put this shit out. And we were collectively shocked by everything. But what I'm going to say is that kind of confirms a little theory that I posted in on Twitter, which no one saw, but it's alright. So I'm going to make a video because I wanted to do it a long time ago. So let's start. So this theory is about our Archons, their Archons standing and sitting, and why is the reason, which I have a big theory that may connect some dots. So, as you see on the screen, we have Archons that are standing, like Raiden Shogun, Farina, or maybe Fossilor or Egeria, that's how you want to interpret, and Venti. These only 3 statues of 7 that are standing. The rest of them are sitting in a pose like Mavuika, Zhongli, and Nahida. So I have a theory that Archons that are standing are somehow or somewhat related to the shades. Now, how I'm going to actually confirm this or try to explain you is this. And the statue. You can already see it coming. I'm going to go to the most confirmed one. The Fontaine Archon, the Hydro Archon, is already confirmed that the first Hydro Archon, Egeria, was actually created by the Shade of Life, Nibirius, who is now submerged with Ryan daughter. I'm not going to talk about it because I have no idea about this whole thing. But in the other way, we're going to take Farina out of the way because she is, well, the Hydro Archon and the statue of her is kind of confirmed that they have ties with the Shade. So the Hydro Archon in her statue of the 7 is standing. That's more confirmed about. Now, let's get to chase to other Archons. Raiden Shogun. It already has seen that Raiden Shogun was... Well, we all thought that this statue was of Raiden Shogun, but at the same time there are theories that it's not Raiden Shogun, it's Renova, and it's kind of confirming, seeing that we got Renova's appearance, which malicious eyes and those wings. Yeah, that seamlessly confirms that Inazuma once worshipped the god of death as Renova. So, Raiden Shogun has some explaining to do. Seems like we don't know much. So the Electro Archon is connected to the ruler of death. Okay, I know there's Istaroth, that Istaroth helped Makoto a few times, but we're going to take out. The same thing happened with Mavuika. Renova and Shabalanke did make a deal and blah blah blah. But Mavuika, or the Archon, Pyro Archon, is sitting. So that's kind of excludes her from my list because she's just a human and Shabalangi is just a human, so there's no way they're somewhat like fucking connected. So that comes to Raiden Shogun. Hey, I don't really have much to say about this just because of the statue and some resemblance of her, of like eyes maybe, and the moon. And this, as you can see, moon and the blood moon, which is Renova is kind of connected to, is also Arlecchino. So Arlecchino may have some also connections because of her design details and bunch of eyes and the cross and the moon once again. But we're talking about Archons right now. So next, Venti. So we already know that Venti, or Barbados, actually stands on his statue. So it's kind of seemingly continues my theory. So there's another theory that Venti is somewhat connected to Istaroth. I don't know how, or maybe like, I don't know why or how, but there is a bunch of theories saying that he could be somewhat connected to the Shade of Life. So I want to point out any interesting details about Venti and Istaroth, that Istaroth has the same voice actor as Venti, aka the same English voice actor as Venti, the same Chinese, Korean, and Japanese voice actor as Venti. So it seems like Hoyoverse is strongly hinting on something. And you can watch those theories, there's a bunch of, and I've seen a lot. So we're going to add Venti as well as a standing statue, as Venti is also theorized about being somewhat close or I don't know, maybe he was the creation of Istaroth, or maybe somewhat connected to Istaroth. But that kind of begs the question of how or why, which theories are about to come, because, well, to be honest, the thing just came out and I just want to make some theories. So about the other Archons, like I don't know, the Pyro Archon and the Geo with Dendro Archon, they all are sitting, which I don't really know why, or maybe what kind of connections, but we definitely know Jean-Lee Morax does not have any connections with the rulers, because, like, come on, this man's age 6,000 years, he may be, like, still alive in the dragon phase of Tavad. Yeah, that's already excludes him from the list. Also, the Pyro Archons were always human, so there's no way they are connected somewhat to the Shade of Life, because they might be like immortal or something. Also about Nahida, there's not really much ties with Ruka Devada being also somewhat connected to any of the shades. So I just remembered one thing. Remember the Irminsul, and the fact that behind the Irminsul were cubes that were Asmondae's cubes were. I don't know if that somewhat counts, but I just remembered about that when the Irminsul was withering, so I might as well just add that as well. There's also Shade of Space, Asmondae, as it was confirmed, but we still, which kinda is strange, but this what I came to. I cannot really say much about this whole theory, just only this, that Raiden Shogun and that the Electro, Hydro, and Animal Archon are somewhat related to the Shades. Which Hydro Archon is already confirmed, is already understandable. But look, so that video was actually the first time we saw anything about the shades. Literally, the last time we got it was only Renova, and before that it was just subtle hints on Sumeru Archon, not Sumeru Archon, but Sumeru World Quest of that one Kushava and stuff, which hinted that Ijiri died there and blah blah blah, and also other stuff. But of course, we should not be quick to judge, as things about to get released, but my theory still stands. Because I do remember how a lot of people actually questioned why some Archons are standing and why they are just sitting. And if you put a lot of thought, that kind of makes sense at some point, which we don't really know much about Raiden Shogun, but the statue of Renova right behind her, yeah, it says a lot. I did a bit more research but couldn't find anything, so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this somewhat of an theory-ish video. If you want more, I have an actual theory that I'm working on right now, and will be writing the script for it. So hope you enjoy. I'll see you then. Bye bye.